Welcome to Rapid Motion Africa. We're down at Phakisa Freeway for the 4th round of the Pro Tour, and we catch up with Goldwagen and Porsche Club Challenge. A big thanks, as always, to Goldwagen for all this action. The 4th round of the Pro Tour made its way to the goldfields of the Free State and Phakisa Freeway, where all the drivers love to come and do battle. It got so hot, in fact, that the Interfile Gallardo team have employed Kieran Kwambi to come and join them in Class A. And right up in the qualifying, you can see the difference it made to have two of those cars up there. It was Wayne Masters who outdid Lee Thompson, but Kwambi was right there in 4th place. In Class P, it was Jake Jacobs ahead of Piet Phakisa.
Wayne, coming here at Phakisa, it's a chilly day. Talk to me about tyre and car setup. Has it changed anything?
Not too much. It's very similar to Kyalami. The track's a very fast, sweeping track. It actually suits my car pretty well from the fact that I've got a pole with it. And the tyres are holding out with the cold, and we just got to get them warm for those first 2 laps. And once we're through that, I think then everybody will be okay.
Tricky conditions here, Graham, as always, in studio with me. Big Nathan, and down towards turn number 1. It looks like it is Derek Smallberger already coming to grips with Rodriguez a little bit further back.
Yeah, straight into the lead goes Wayne Masters, though. He's under pressure from Lee Thompson. But have a look, Rodriguez. Oh, everybody on the brakes. Rodriguez and Smallberger stuck together going through there. Let's see who comes out. Rodriguez parked on the side. Here comes Derek Smallberger. But down to turn 2 is Wayne Masters and Lee Thompson.
It certainly is as Class P get underway, and down into turn 1, it looks like it's going to be Jake Jacobs, followed by Piet Phakisa. A good start there from the Time Mining man, and right on his tail, look at that, a really good start from, that is JP van der Walt, and then Wouter Roos tucked in just behind him.
We also got Barry Groenewald in the Custom Technologies car. He hasn't been racing for quite a bit this year. He's had a really, really bad season. Great to see him right up there in Class P.
Always good to see a man returning from a little bit of an off season and then back into the fray. And this is the fray. Look at that. Voldy Mikey's already going onto the dirt. Smallberger onto the red and white stuff. You've got to stay on the black stuff. That's what it's all about as we go on board with the Wealth Avenue George Economides car.
He's coming from the back of the pack. He didn't qualify at all. Just arrived this morning on the Saturday morning and is straight into the race. That was Craig Maria going straight off in that corner. He made an error going in there, but George Economides taking the draft from Gavin Ross. Now let's see who can get to the fastest part of this racetrack first. George sticks it out to have a look, but Gavin slams the door in front of him. George is trying absolutely everything to get to the front as quickly as he can.
It's an amazing drive so far, considering we're only into the first lap here, and he's already onto the tailpiece there of Gavin Ross. This is Voldy Mikey's under a bit of pressure from Quinton Thompson, and Thompson's just behind and looking for a way past that Albatross Motors Polo. Right now, he's got to also take into account that it's Kieran Kwambi, a new man to Class A, as we said, up there in 3rd place.
Greg, have a look there, old Wayne Masters is opening the gap on Lee Thompson. Has Lee got a problem? Is he waiting for everything to warm up? Looking at Wouter Roos now, he's 3rd or 4th in Class P. These guys are slightly further back in the field. Piet Phakisa getting it slightly sideways. Look at that big slide. Oh, Barry Groenewald, nowhere to go. They slam into each other, going down into the second last corner of the track.
Well, Wouter Roos had the best seat in the house as we saw his teammate and stablemate there, Piet Phakisa, getting it completely crossed up. Well, you mentioned the fact that Thompson had a problem. I don't think so. He's closing down on Wayne Masters in a big, big way. And as I said, I think he's just waiting for that car to heat up, get the tyres up to racing temperature. And now he's right on the tailpiece as we see his teammate under some pressure here from Voldy Mikey's.
Voldy Mikey's looking all over the racetrack, outside, inside, over the grass on the inside. He's trying everything he can do to get past the tail gunner for Lee Thompson so that he can try and get after the front pack.
Well, it looks as if Thompson is now right onto the tailpiece of the Jonas Way car. So it's Jonas Way versus Interfile, the first 2 Golfs on the road. Golf 4 versus Golf 1 as they go onto the back straightaway now. This is coming to the fastest part of the circuit, and you can see Thompson is closing down every time they come onto this section, onto the back end of this Golf in front of him. It's going to be real tight stuff. Look at that, Voldy Mikey's up the inside. Can he get past Kieran Kwambi into the fastest turn? Yes, he can, but they side by side.
Kieran holds it right around the outside. That must have surprised Voldy. Look at that, hanging it slightly off the line. Kieran doing a superb job of controlling that motor car. Voldy Mikey's so surprised that he let somebody up the inside of him. That's Quinton Thompson that's just gone, I'll have that. while you're snoozing, I'll pass you on the inside.
Yeah, if you snooze, you lose in this game. You cannot afford to even give a guy an inch of room because they are going to sneak up and overtake you and move into 4th place. Good driving from Quinton Thompson. Baldy Monkey's a little bit of a mistake hitting in there, but look at him, he's right back in the background. Cars going left, right, and centre and onto the dirt. But as they come through turn 1 and complete another lap, it is going to be tight stuff between these 5 cars.
This is the first race that Kieran's doing in Class A, and he's doing a great job. Lee Thompson all over the back of Wayne Masters. He's going to try and outbrake him going into the bottom. Whoa! Some really close stuff. You can't even see the bumper on Wayne Masters' car. Lee Thompson is pushing him all the way.
Now is a VTEC trailer on the back end of this Golf 4 heading in towards the boot section. They're coming in amongst some of the slow contenders in this field, but I don't think they're going to be affected by them. They are absolutely flying down this little straight into the right-hander, and now they head to the Coke bottle. Can Lee Thompson find a way past?
Lee's going to try all over the racetrack. Wayne is making his Golf 4 as wide as he possibly can. Look at the scrap. Kieran Kwambi has lost out. Oh, George Economides up the inside. He almost passed 2 cars napping there. They didn't even know he was there.
There's the back marker coming into sight as you see him going up towards the double right-hander. Now it is very tough stuff. Kwambi has lost out big time. He's gone from 3rd place down to 5th in 2 corners. So big mistakes there from Kieran Kwambi. Welcome to Class A, big guy. This is how they play here.
Lee Thompson goes up the inside of Wayne Masters. I'm sure this is going to be it. He's got the inside. Wayne is on the outside, and these guys are going simply too fast to go through here side by side. Wayne slots in behind him. But let's have a look at the cars coming from the back of the pack. There are 4 or 5 cars going into the fastest part of the racetrack, Greg.
It is really amazing stuff to see 3 cars abreast. Then they just file in between each other. And whoa, Kwame gets a little sideways, looks up the inside. Nearly able to make it stick, but there you see the Albatross Motors moves out of the way. And it looks like Voldy might have made a mistake. No, he just manages to hang on, but only just. Good driving from Voldy.
Voldy Mankey's playing Dr. Block in a big way here. He is blocking the racetrack every which way he can. He wants that 4th position, and he's trying to make sure that these guys, look at that, 3 cars abreast coming down to turn 1. George Economides up the inside. Can he pull it? He slams the door. Voldy just closes the door on Kieran Kwambi. Had nowhere to go but back out of it.
And Voldy then goes off the circuit. He goes in so hot there, so he runs a little bit wide. Economides sneaks up and into 4th place, so a good drive there from him. He had something that no one else saw. That inside line into turn 1 hasn't been used, and look at how he's got the drive. He's got ahead of Voldy Mainkies as well. So Economides is the man on the move, and those boys up front better watch out because he's coming.
George Economides doing a great job there. You should remember he's coming from the back of the pack. He's now also doing a little bit of defending, going into the boot section. Voldy locks the brakes up ever so slightly. Is Kieran up the inside of him? No, not this time. Voldy runs a tighter line, excuse me. He's going to try and slingshot George Economides from around the outside into Coke bottle. There it is. George slams the door. Voldy backs out of it. Some great driving by these 2 drivers.
And this is how it is in Class A. It's an amazing job. Back in Class B, though, also good dice. JP and Vota at each other's throats. Right now, it's Vota up in 2nd place. Remember that Jake Jacobs has got away from this field. I don't even think we're going to see him in front of these guys. That's how far he's got ahead, and he is absolutely dominating Class P.
Yeah, Jake Jacobs put his head down and he ducked into the distance. The competition here this weekend is between Vota and JP. JP, a newcomer to the polo. He has never raced before, and he is doing a superb job here.
Back into the fray, and look at this. Economides has pulled a small gap over Voldy Mainkies. Look at these guys coming from behind, though. Gavin Ross, and it looks like it's Andy Gossman there as well. So Gossman and Ross want a bit of the action that these boys have been experienced in the last couple of laps.
Kieran on board with him now as we follow the Albatross Motors car. Voldy Mainkies. Voldy runs a very nice tight line. He's going to squeeze the power on to try and keep Kieran out. Down towards turn 2 they go. It's probably become 2 cars next to each other once again. Let's have a look, see who can make it stick.
Into 3. This is where they're going to try the outbraking maneuver. Can Kwambi find a way past? He goes up the inside, has a look. But no, Voldy Mainkies just keeps that door very firmly shut. And it's going to have to be somewhere else on the track that Kieran finds a way past as they come down the back straightaway now. This is the one that leads into the toe of the boot. And it's just line astern through there. You don't normally see an overtaking maneuver into this corner. It's normally setting up here and into the next one at the Coke bottle.
Kieran on board again as we have a look. But these 4 cars aren't racing for 4th anymore, Greg. They have caught up to Quinton Thompson, who's lying 3rd. They are trying everything they know to get to the front. Quinton has been passed onto the final lap. and George Economidi has gone into third position from the back of the pack.
That's an amazing drive from Economides. A little bit further back here. The battles continue to rage. It looks like Gossman is under some last-minute pressure here. Just manages to get very late on the brakes. Oh, this is tight stuff.
That's Jonathan Phakisa putting pressure onto Andy Gossman. But I don't think Quinton Thompson's finished yet with George Economides, and nor is Valdi Manki's finished with both of them. He is sitting there waiting for them to make a mistake on this final lap, and he's going to grab that third position.
Yeah, it was a good drive as well from Smallberger. He's made it back and right in amongst those usual contenders. Craig Murray also making it back after his off. So the two drivers that went off at the beginning of the race, the only one who hasn't made it back onto the track is Eddie Rodriguez. But the other two have made it right back and into the complete battle that is raging now for fourth place.
Quinton Thompson trying everything he possibly knows to get hold of George Economides. He's going to try and slipstream him down the back. Have a look here. We've got JP van der Walt has got ahead of VWChallengeSA. As I said earlier, this is the first time this young man has ever driven on a racetrack, let alone at Phakisa, and he's up to second position. VWChallengeSA goes up the inside of him. No, JP slams the door in front of VWChallengeSA going, I want second.
I think VWChallengeSA slammed the brakes as well. I think he just backed out of that, and it was a better man to do it. Coming to the final corner on the racetrack, though, it is the Interfile Golf who's going to take another victory, and Lee Thompson on board is going to be very, very happy to take race one ahead of Wayne Masters in the Jonas Way Golf 4. Third place will be George Economides, but because of all the fray a little bit earlier on, they were 13 seconds back at the end of the race. Third place Economides, fourth place went to Quinton Thompson, and Valdi Manki's eventually hung on to fifth. Down in Class P, it was Jake Jacobs way ahead of JP van der Walt. A good drive from him in his first outing to finish ahead of VWChallengeSA.
Well, yeah, I spoke to Wayne, and he was there was no way you were going to come past him, and you made it count, eh?
Yeah, look, there was a few little problems that we had yesterday, missing one of the practice sessions too, so you do go a little bit on the back foot when it's like that. Wayne's definitely upped his game. I think by two races from now, a race from now, is going to be even much closer, but look, they're definitely going to have to go back and do a little bit more homework.
A battle royal, I think, is about to take part on the Phakisa Freeway in Class B, because it's Quinton Needham ahead of Dean Lester and Greg Osman. Those are the usual contenders. Down in Class C, Elmer Cruiser ahead of Yannick van Rooyen and Dion van der Walt.
Class B's Quinton Needham looking very, very good down here at Phakisa, but it hasn't been all the roses. Hey, a few technical problems with the car.
We've had minor problems yesterday with gearbox. We changed it about 5 times, but yeah, we got rid of the bad stories and no one.
Now, how's the race going to go? Because you're obviously going to be leading out into turn number 1, but things get tight there as well. You might be getting a tap from behind. Who's coming?
I think it will be Dean Lester, Evan Rothman, maybe the likes of Peter Thompson.
So a rear-facing view of the start and down toward turn number 1. Who's going to get the whole shot? Is it going to be Needham? He needs to get ahead. He's on the right-hand side of the circuit. That is the pole position for Phakisa Freeway. And into turn 1, look how close it got. Man, there's 5 cars, and almost every single one of them is only split by a hair's breadth.
What a great camera shot from Greg Gossman's motor car as they go down into turn 2, heading into turn 3. The right-hander, full brakes, lots of brakes, lots of evasive action. Let's see if everybody can get through turn 2.
Dean Lester onto the brakes into turn 3. Behind him comes Mini. Then it is...
Whoa.
Oh, he gets it sideways. Oh, and Derek Mini gets it sideways too. There's 5 cars. Oh, 3, 4. Are we getting another one involved? Oh, couple of cars having to take very evasive action heading into turn 3, and a couple of stranded vehicles on the side of the circuit.
There's going to be a big surprise for Class C as they get down to that corner, but I'm sure they're going to have to stop this race. There are cars all over the show. Class C is going to arrive there right now on board with Elmer Cruiser. As we turn in, she takes evasive action straight away off the throttle. You can see her eyes in the mirror looking all over the place, trying to avoid firstly her husband Philip, who's parked straight in the way.
Yeah, I think double yellow flags down there. There's Eben Rothman in the fray, and of course he's stuck in the middle of the circuit. Oh, we're going to get a safety car. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Remember the last time we came to Phakisa, we had that massive accident. Every time we come to the Free State, we have problems. Here we go, on board. This is Gossman's car looking. There's Mini. Oh, big action into there. Rothman clubs him, and then it's all over the track. Bits and pieces of cars flying everywhere. It was actually Dean Lester who caused that, because he got out of shape going into 3, and all the other cars behind him just had to basically try and miss him and then miss all the other cars taking evasive action. So a couple of cars out of that, up to, I think it's actually 5 Class B cars that were involved there, and they won't be restarting. There are a couple of cars that still will restart. Philip Cruiser won't be one of them, as the Golf 6 pace car comes on, and this will be the safety car. One more look at this, Graham. You can just see it's getting out of shape there. Lester completely sideways. Derek Mini doesn't back out, though, until the last second. Hits him, and then it's just a ding-dong effect behind.
Yeah, I don't know. Leicester caught that one, and Derek just tried to take evasive action up the inside, but he didn't expect Dean Leicester to catch it and get back in front of him. So I don't know exactly who we can blame for that, but I see the safety car going in. The race is going to resume, and we got Peter Thompson in second, Justin Taylor in the Jetta in fourth position. Hardly any cars in the race, but let's go racing again. On board with Greg Osman.
Oh, Gosman's back in the fray. So is the man who caused it all, Dean Leicester. He's actually just behind. Got a bit of work to do now with only a couple of laps left. So these guys are going to have to push hard from the back and see if they can get through what are normally the slower drivers in Class B. But now, of course, they're in contention for a win.
Absolutely. Peter Thompson lying second. In third position there, we've got Stuart Mack. Stuart hasn't been in that position for quite a couple of races, and we've got Justin Taylor. He's having a look up the inside. Stuart gives him lots of room. Justin goes to the inside, not to cause another similar incident at the same corner.
Well, problems in the back for one of the cars. Looks like there's a bit of liquid falling out of that one. It might be Dean Leicester's car. In fact, it might be Gosman's car. Yes, it's Gosman's car. Dean Leicester goes up the inside of him, and Greg Gosman falls one position behind. Yeah, we'll see. We're on board with Gosman. Let's see if we can pick up anything in the car. Any misfires? I don't hear anything.
Doesn't sound like any misfiring, but maybe there's some moisture on the wheels, some antifreeze, because they're not allowed to run that. Some water on the wheels makes the car very slippery. It doesn't sound like there's a problem. He's full throttle and he's hanging onto Leicester, but out in front we've got Quinton Needham. He's just stretching away from these Class B contenders.
Well, if he can keep up this kind of pace, I don't think these two will catch him because they're going to run out of laps. They would have had a little bit more time if they hadn't gone off. Oh, that's what the problem is. A bit of bodywork rubbing on the tyre. That's going to slow him down slightly, but he's not giving up. He's tucked in behind and looking for a way past Dean Leicester, even though they're coming up onto the Jetta of Justin Taylor.
A great drive there from Peter Thompson. Let's go back to Class C. In Class C, we've got Dion Vodderwald, we've got Jannie van Rooyen, and we've got Giles Derrick. Flat out, they've managed to miss everything in the first crash, and then on the restart, they are hard at it.
Well, Elna Cruz is just behind and getting sideways. I think this corner is going to be very tricky during the day. This is where most of the rubber gets deposited, on the left-hand side of these two double right-handers. And if you go anywhere near that outside corner, you are going to be in trouble.
Dion Vodderwald under pressure, though, as we look back at Jannie van Rooyen. Jannie's been racing for years and years and years, and he knows exactly how hard to push a Golf and when to push it.
Well, you can see Quinton Needham is pushing halfway through the race at the moment. Peter Thompson still in second place. Stuart Mack hanging on. Dean Leicester's up to fourth, ahead of Justin Taylor. As we go on board with what is fifth place at the moment, Greg Osman.
Greg is trying as hard as he can. Listen to the tyres crying through the double right, the fast double right. He has a look up the inside. No, that's Leicester. Leicester has gone up the inside of Stuart Mack. Justin Taylor taps Stuart Mack slightly wide. Stuart's still got the correct side of the road because the next one's a left-hander. Justin can't get past that time. He's going to have to try again later.
Well, he's right there, and he's in with a chance here. Just behind him comes this man, Greg Osman, Marty's Auto Body and Spray, Volkswagen Golf, heading across the line to complete another lap. And he's now got the Jetta of Justin Taylor in his sights.
These guys are trying as hard as they can, Greg. Peter Thompson under massive pressure. He has 4 motor cars who want that second place, and he also doesn't want to relinquish it. Leicester goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? Peter knows that trick. Leicester might be tiptoeing through there a little bit because it caught him out a bit earlier, but I'm sure he's not going to let that worry him too much as soon as the tyres get hot.
Well, Quinton Needham just adjusting a few things in the car. He's got a problem. He's got a problem. I thought he was putting his hand up to adjust the rearview mirror, and he's actually putting his hand up to say, I have a problem in my car, and I've now dropped back to 6th place. What a pity there for Quinton Needham. He was miles ahead of these guys. Thompson is now under massive pressure because he leads.
What terrible luck. Peter Thompson leads out the field for the first time in a very long time. As we look at Jannie van Rooyen in the Green City Golf, all over Dion Vodderwald. Right behind him is Elna Cruz. So Jannie can't relax for 1 second, and nor can Dion. These guys are going at it all the way.
The lady is looking to pounce and show these boys the way around the Phakisa freeway. They're coming to the double right-hander. This takes them onto the back straight. Elna looking for a way up the inside. Jannie slams the door, says, I'm not going to let you through here. My green Golf is working well, and I think that should be the maybe the smaller Hulk, not the Incredible one.
Yeah, Incredible Hulk. Not this time. Jannie van Rooyen looking everywhere. He's playing a little bit of Dr. Block. He's playing defensive. He's trying to sucker Dion van der Walt into making a mistake. Elna should just sit there and watch these two, because it's going to come now. A bit of pushing and shoving is probably inevitable between these two guys.
And just behind is Bulldog Darroch. Bulldog looking for a way too, but up the inside goes Van Rooyen. Can he make it stick? 111 versus 9 into the second last corner. But of course it is a left-hander that they go into the final corner, and Dion should hang on.
Greg, side by side through an incredibly tight right-hand corner, and neither of the cars swap any paint. That is some amazing driving. These guys obviously pay for their own racing.
Oh, you can definitely see that. There's no doubt about it. Looks like Yanni going to try up the inside as they come in amongst the back markers again. That's Brett Hendricks in the red Golf. They've gone past. Is he able to make it stick? It looks like he has. Yes, he has. And now we look at Elna Cruiser in third place. So the pressure's on. Yanni van Rooyen's got to the lead of Class C.
Dion van der Walt is around the outside. He's going to be on the outside into turn 3, but I'm sure Yanni's got a trick for that. But having a look at Peter Thompson, does it look like he's gone into second place? Yes, he has. Dean Lester has gone back into the front. He caused the stoppage in the first race, but he has managed to fix that problem and go back into the front of this race. A little bit of bad luck for Quinton Needham, though, and good luck for Dean Lester. Dean Lester has managed to do it. He will take the good luck. And oh, across the grass, that's Elna Cruiser that has taken evasive action. Giles Derrick goes up inside, Elna goes to the outside. She slams the door in front of him. Once again, Greg, these guys don't touch.
Bulldog Racing coming from the back there. Giles Derrick showing away and looking. Oh, you can see Elna's not happy. Gesticulating to him in the car and saying, that's not the way to do it. But look at this. Van der Walt up the inside and takes Yanni van Rooyen. Double right hand onto the back straight, and Yanni van Rooyen had no answer there. The Incredible Hulk, unfortunately, is now down into Class C's second place.
But he's right there. He is right there. And Peter Thompson right behind Dean Lester here. Can Peter sucker Dean into making an error? Is there a problem? But it's to the line. Dean Lester ahead of Peter Thompson and Justin Taylor.
0.3 of a second between those first two cars. An amazing drive from Dean Lester. The rest of the Class B guys must be thinking, man, is there any justice in this world? Here comes Class C, though, down to the line, and it's Dion van der Walt hanging on into the left-hander, and across the line he's going to hang on and beat that Incredible Golf to the line. Well, if you think it was close between Class B, it was even closer. 0.1 of a second between Dion van der Walt and Yanni van Rooyen in Class C. And there you see the results of Class B. Lester, Thompson and Taylor, your top 3.
Dean, well, that was your first win of the season, but we'd think we'd see a bigger smile. Tell me about your race.
Yeah, I guess I can take it as a win. It wasn't the way I expected to win or that I wanted to win, but yeah, there's one. Hopefully I can get some more.
Looked like you got a little bit wide going into turn number 3, and then everyone just started piling in.
Yeah, I saw Derek come up on my left, so I thought I'd try go break a bit later, and I think I'd break myself a bit. I tried to keep it together, and I don't know what happened from there. I couldn't check behind, but I'll have a look now and see.
Well, Dion, as far as the VWChallengeSA Challenge, that was one of the scrappiest races I've seen. Class C, though, looked a little bit cleaner further back.
Oh, yes. No, we keep it clean. We actually pay for our own cars.
So tell me about your race. Elna was all over you for quite a long time there, hey?
Yeah, she was actually on pole position. She started off, and then Yanni was on second. And on the start, I got through them, and then with a big accident scene down there with the Class Bs, I broke through, and then eventually Yanni was on my back end and chasing me down the whole time, passing me. We did about 4 passes.
Join us just after the break for some more Goldwagen Challenge action. Welcome back to the Phakisa Freeway for round 4 of the Pro Tour and some more coverage of our Goldwagen action. It really has been a great day's racing, and now we've combined the classes due to the fact that Goldwagen have opened up a store on turn 3.
Absolutely, there was smoke out of Quinton Thompson's car straight off the start line. What is the problem there? On board with Lee Thompson as he gets a great start. Right behind him is his teammate. Where is Wayne Masters?
I think he's on the inside yet, but only just on the inside of Lee Thompson. Can he hang on, or has he got ahead? No, he hasn't. As they go down towards turn 3, we watch Class P down towards turn 1, and Piet Versace up into second place, just ahead, or alongside, I should say, the custom technology man, and looking good so far for him.
Barry goes right around the outside as we watch Quinton Thompson retiring with smoke pouring out underneath that car. Barry's car was very badly damaged, and he did a great job of repairing it in between the heats. Back in the race and right up in second place. Both the rows getting it all sideways. going into turn 3. What is going on? Are the guys just braking too late there?
There you see Wayne Masters did get the whole shot and got ahead. We didn't see him in the shot because he was alongside that man in second place, Lee Thompson. So the battle resumes for Class A. And now they head down towards the double right-hander. Look at how close it is between these guys. We're on board with Voldy, looking at the back end here of Derek Smallberger. And this is a much better start from the Polo.
Yeah, Derek didn't ride into anybody this time. That's why he got a great start. Once again, George Economides from the back of the field throws it up the inside of Gavin Ross. He is right there already, Greg.
Unbelievable driving here. We go on board with Derek Smallberger looking at the back end of Craig Murray. Now, Murray had some problems early on in the first heat, but you can see he's tucked in right behind Gossman, and Gossman is currently sitting in 4th place. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8th place, and that is George Economides. Then 9th place, Gavin Ross in the Norbrake City Golf.
Gavin just sitting there waiting for these guys to sort themselves out, and he's going to try and pick them off one at a time. Wayne Masters under massive pressure from Lee Thompson. Lee wants to have another go.
In the background, just picking up on Voldy. Mikey's going wide. Sorry to butt in there, Graham, but Voldy made a big mistake out of the second last turn, and now as he comes on, you can see he's tucked in and right at the back.
He has gone a lot of work to do. This is Class B as we got Justin Taylor going through the right-hander. Light break, off we go. He's chasing after Stuart Mack. Out in front, we've got Greg Gossman in the Moddy's Auto Body car. He is being chased by Dean Lester, who's being chased by Peter Thompson. Battle resumes on race 1 again.
Phil Cruiser's also back in the race, and looks like Stuart Mack too. So Stewie Mack up in the 4th place. But look at this, it is really tight up between those top 3 blue Golfs. And good to see Gossman has repaired that Golf, because it was giving him hassles in the first heat with the bodywork rubbing up against the tyres. No more problems for that, and Dean Lester now has to drive and really push it hard.
Not only has he repaired it, but he's found some massive pace. Up the inside of Barry Groenewald comes JP van der Walt. JP sticks it up the inside. Barry gives him a little bit of space, but JP decides, let's not bend the panels now. We'll wait till a little bit later. Sitting behind them is Piet Versace, but out in front is Jake Jacob. Jakes has gone away already in this race. It's only on lap 2. JP van der Walt goes up the inside of Barry, forcing him wide. And Greg Gossman has made his way past Kieran Comby. Craig Maria sitting there going, okay, I'm next. Kieran runs slightly wide. Down the back straight they go. Slipstream City, here it comes.
Yeah, Gossman, then Kwambi, then it's Craig Murray. George Economides looking for a way past Smallberger. He hasn't found it just yet. Smallberger keeping him at bay for now. But how much longer can the Sabertech car keep the Wealth Avenue machine behind him? Because as they go down into the double right-hander, this is where, I was about to say, we're going to see some action. And this is exactly what we're seeing. That's the man who was in second. Yeah. Thompson has spun.
Correct. George Economides goes up the inside of Derek Smallberger at the same time while all the action was happening. I'm not quite sure if you can pass there, but maybe the yellow flag's on out. But having a look on board with Lee Thompson as the car spins around out of second position in this race.
And there goes Wayne Masters. So Lee Thompson throwing it away all on his own. No problems for Wayne Masters though. He now leads. And can he keep this lead ahead of Gossman and Kwambi? Kwambi's up to 3rd. And there you see it is Craig Murray up to 4th place now. So there's a 3-way battle for the 2nd place on the road at the moment. And no one is giving any inch here whatsoever.
Andy Gossman is going to defend that 2nd place for all he is worth. That's the first time in a long time. Kieran Kwambi takes to the lawn, bouncing his Golf down the road, checking the suspension as hard as he can, and then he goes inside to block Craig Murray. He is trying everything he can to give Interfile a decent position in the 2nd race.
Now considering that Lee Thompson threw it away in 2nd place, he's doing a good job. Here's the battle for Class C though. It's still Van der Walt and Yannick van Rooyen. Then we got, it looks as if that's Etienne Lawrence just ahead of Elna Cruiser. So Elna Cruiser in 4th place. She needs to find a way past Lawrence, otherwise she's going to be out of contention. And Giles Darroch is hanging right on her tail, looking to get up there as quickly as possible.
But the scrap is still in the front between Yannick van Rooyen and Dion van der Walt. Around the outside into turn 1 goes Elna Cruiser. Can she hang on, or is Etienne going to be able to make it work? Giles Darroch sitting right behind Elna. Etienne has given Elna all the space she needs, and she's up into 3rd.
Great bit of driving there as we head back to the front end of this field. And look at that. That is the gap between 1st and 2nd place. Wayne Masters, Jonas Way Golf versus man in 2nd, Andy Gossman. Then it's Kieran Kwambi. Then just a pack of cars. You name it, they're all there.
On board with Kieran now, once again through the double right, the fast double right. Andy's car looking all out of shape. Andy Gossman, another person from 2nd position, throws it away at the same turn. Unbelievable stuff.
All you want to do is stay out of second place, because every time you get into second, something goes wrong, and it's down at the second last corner of this track as well. So chaos happening down there. Maybe they should move it from turn 3 to turn 9.
Absolutely. Second place sounds like the first of the losers. And on board with VWChallengeSA as he's right behind Jonathan Phakisa. He's trying to come back after that off that we saw earlier. He goes up the inside. Jonathan Phakisa slams the door in front of him going, not now, buddy. Valdi still tries onto the yellow and white and black paving, but let's have a look now. Jake Jacobs goes up the inside of Etienne Lawrence. He's got JP van der Veld right behind him. Etienne must have a problem. He's probably going to be heading for the pit lane. JP sitting in second place. Piet Versaghi third. Wouter Roos in fourth position. Barry Groenewald has gone back to fifth. And in the background, the newcomer to Polos is Mohammed Dangor. Farouk Dangor from way back when's son has come to join the racing.
Fantastic. I'm about to say that black bumper on Barry's car, that looks very familiar. I don't want to know what car that came off. Okay, Mr. Nathan. Right, heading to the front end of this field, you can see that Kwame is now opening up a bit of a gap. And it looks like Marais and Economides coming together once again. We saw this at the end of race 1. And it's once again here into the boot. And out of the boot into the Coke bottle. Looking for up the inside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can.
George Economides doing a superb job from the back of the field. Runs Marais slightly wide. Now we've got the Sabertech car of Derek Smallberger sitting there going, which side should I go? Inside, outside? Can I make it around the outside? No, he's going to have to slot in, and he chooses the right car. He gets in behind Marais, but he still doesn't manage to make it stick past George Economides.
No, look at that, Economides.
But he goes over the lawn. He's trying everywhere, Greg.
I was about to say, George Economides getting a little bit of his own medicine from Craig Marais, forcing him wide this time. And look at that, the Sabertech car goes over the grass and tries to take the inside line using the grass. I know someone else who tried that at Kalami a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry to interrupt, Andy Gosman flicks it up the inside of Gavin Ross to try and get back for that error he made. Having a look down into turn 3. This is turn 3, that's very, very slippery corner. Dion van der Walt under pressure from Jannie van Rooyen, and they both under pressure from Elmer Cruiser. If those two guys snooze, she's going to have it.
There's no doubt about that. Jannie van Rooyen is in some big problems there as he goes into the toe of the boot now. It's a big right-hand sweeping corner, and as they come out of that, you set yourself up for the left-hander. Charles Darroch just behind. Problems here for Jake Jacobs. What's happening here? Because JP van der Veld is right with him, and he's brought the whole of Class P along for the ride.
Jakes is going to have to pull his finger out. The guys have all caught him. He's going to have to find something special. JP van der Veld, if he takes the first win of his career, the first time he's ever driven, Jakes will never ever live it down.
The rookie is giving the old man a very good run for his money, and man, I think Jakes must be thinking to himself, where has this lighty come from? Because he's not supposed to be up here. These other guys have all got respect. Right now, this youngster is showing the old man the way around freeway.
And the thing about it, Greg, is that is in Jakes' old motor car. But back to Class A, where there's still a battle royal. Lee Thompson flicks it up the inside of Derek Smallberger. Lee is on his way back through the field after that first or second lap spin that he had. He was right down to 8. He is trying as hard as he can. Derek hasn't given up yet. Lee has to go defensive, but there they go up to the back straight. Lee Thompson trying as hard as he can as we go on board with him, looking back at Derek Smallberger. All you can see is Derek's eyes, and he wants past.
He certainly does, and it looks as if he's looking for a way past. Gosman going very defensive, having to keep the door shut firmly because he knows Craig Marais and Thompson are right there. There's nothing between those guys.
Lee is right on the back of Marais' car. I'm sure he's pushing him. He has a look up the inside. Now Marais outside. Lee Thompson's inside. Smallberger is outside, and Gosman is outside. Look at that. Lee makes it through. Craig Marais chooses to not scrap around the outside. These guys are going so fast. Whoa! Lee Thompson under pressure. It sounds like he hooked the wrong gear. Tire smoke. Craig Marais, Derek Smallberger, Gavin Ross. They haven't let up for 1 second.
It's 5 cars in this battle. There's no one going to be holding back anything that they've got. It is down to the wire stuff, and Derek Smallberger is in the thick of it. He really has to try hard to get around Craig Marais because the other two Golfs are getting away. And you can see, JP van der Veld's had a problem. Voters moved up to second, and here comes Piet to third.
Yeah, JP must have made an error of some nature somewhere along the line. He has lost 2 positions. He must be kicking himself. He's got to regroup, focus really hard, and try again. But Piet Versaghi with his bent polo is probably going to play Dr. Block. He's got nothing to lose. If he bends another panel, it's okay. That's another one.
Yeah, I'll just take it to Nathan's and get it sorted out. Hey, they're coming to the final corner. Look at this, JP van der Walt around the outside of Piet Versaghi. Versaghi has to go very, very tight on that corner. Gives him enough room. Blue flags are waving down the back straight, but there's action aplenty down the front.
I don't think the marshals know what's going on here. They're just waving blue flags all the time. Their car's coming left, right, and center. Barry Groenewald sitting behind this battle here for third position. He's waiting for an error from either of those two drivers. JP goes up the inside. Piet is on the outside, but Piet is going to have the inside for turn 3. Can he stay in third position, or is JP going to do a late break? But as we have a look here, Elmer Cruiser goes up the inside of Yanni van Rooyen. Yanni he's been passed by Elmer. Elmer's now going to put her head down and try and catch Van der Walt.
Into second place, good driving from Cruiser. Now we got Yanni van Rooyen in the incredible Golf just behind there, and there it comes. Look at that, Giles Derrick is right there this time. He was a bit further back in the last race, but now he's managed to bridge that gap, and there's 3 cars fighting for Class C second place. And the contention there is hot.
Looking through going through the shot right now, George Economides right behind Kieran Kwambi. Gavin Ross right behind Craig Murray. These guys, as I said earlier, are on it all the way. They are waiting for one to make a mistake, and if they don't, they'll grab it.
No mistakes from the Jonas Way Golf, though. It is going to take another victory here at Phakisa. So shared victories for our 2 championship contenders in Class A. 1 to Lee Thompson, 1 to Wayne Masters, and a very, very comfortable margin. 10.9 seconds ahead of Kieran Kwambi in second place. His first podium in Class A. He's going to be very happy with that in the Interfile Golf. Back down to Class B and P. P's just ahead here. This is the Class B battle. They've just caught up to the back end of Barry Groenewald, and a good job there from Gossman to split himself and Dean Lester as they cross the line. It's Jake Jacobs in the blue polo who takes Class P, and Gossman takes Class B just ahead of Dean Lester. That's awesome racing, Nate, as always in the Gold Bargain Challenge, and it is Wayne Masters who takes the second victory ahead of Kieran Kwambi. Economides from the back of the field to third, Jacobs, Ruiz and Van der Walt the top 3 in Class P.
Oh, Wayne, let off the hook again, hey brother?
Well, that was a win fair and square. I drove the wheels off this car in those first 2 laps, and he was hanging in. And he fell off in that second sweep, trying to stay with me. He thought he was he could stay with, but he fell off there. It gave me the break. It was a lot easier for me to finish the race.
Big Jake C, Class P, bit of a race of it this time as well, and nice to end the day.
Yeah, wonderful. First one was a runaway. Then I decided, no, I'm going to hang on there, and then the guys caught up, and then we were in for a dice, and I think this is what it's all about. You know, you have to fight for your position, and I think it made it more interesting.
It certainly did. It was very interesting in Class B, lots of action, but in race 2 it was Gossman ahead of Lester and Peter Thompson in third. Pion van der Walt taking Class C ahead of Elmer Cruiser and Yannick van Rooyen.
Well, great Class Bs for the Gold Bargain Challenge combined race, which was a bit of a surprise for all of us, and you came through, Class Bs.
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate. Some of the guys didn't make it, obviously, because of the first heat incidents. But me and Dean had a good tussle. It was just glad that we repaired the car for the second heat and managed to come right. It was just awesome.
Big movers in the championship. Wayne Masters up to joint second with Jake Jacobs, and down in 7th, Gossman and Thole tied on equal points at 51.